All You Need to Know, the Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business. Good morning. It's Friday, and you've got a lot of planning to do for the weekend. Let us take you through everything that you need to know at the start of today. I'm Alex Matthew, and this is the daily morning update from Bloomberg Quint. Today is the 17th of May. Now, we've entered the last lap of the election season, and with less than a week to go for the results of the general elections, you may want to read up on what's happened and what is happening. For all the coverage on the last phase of the polls, on counting day and after the results, do check out the election section on the homepage of BloombergQuint.com. I'm going to start now with the news from back home. It has come to light that Yes Bank clawed back bonuses paid to Rana Kapoor for the financial years 2014-15 and 15-16 on the direction of the Reserve Bank of India. The bonuses amounted to 1.44 crore rupees according to the bank's latest annual report. Remember, Kapoor stepped down as the bank's chief executive officer in January after the regulator declined to give him another term. Punjab National Bank has told the stock exchanges that it is calling off a deal to sell equity stake in its housing finance arm to Varde Holdings Private Limited and General Atlantic. The two sides failed to get the Reserve Bank of India's approval for certain conditions linked to the transaction. In a bid to put a handle on bad loans in India's NBFC space, the Reserve Bank of India has asked all such companies with assets of more than 5,000 crore rupees to appoint a chief risk officer to improve risk management. The RBI stipulated that the officers must have a fixed tenure with clearly specified roles and responsibilities, and they should also be involved in the identification, measurement and mitigation of risks and would assess every credit product of the company. Larsen & Toubro has acquired 8.86 lakh shares of Mindtree from the open market, taking its overall holding in the IT company to 26.48%, according to a regulatory filing. Remember, the plan of L&T is to gain a majority shareholding in the company. Sticking with the IT space, Tata Consultancy Services Chief Executive Officer Rajesh Gopinathan took home a pay package of over 16 crore last financial year, an increase of almost 28% compared to the previous year, according to the company's annual report. And meanwhile, Infosys is planning to give incentives worth 10 crore rupees to its Chief Executive Officer Salil Parekh as part of its annual stock ownership program for employees. Reliance Industries and its British partner BP plc have made their first bid for an oil and gas exploration acreage in over 8 years by bidding for one of the 32 blocks up for auction in the latest licensing round. The auction also saw mining major Vedanta put in as many as 30 bids, while state-owned ONGC bid for 20. In international news, there are two major global talking points that are dominating headlines and markets the world over. One is the US-China trade war, where China has promised retaliation if America goes ahead with its plan to increase tariffs on all Chinese imports. The other is the rising tension between the US and Iran. The OPEC and its allies will gather in Saudi Arabia's Jeddah this weekend in the absence of Iran. The talks come at a time when Saudi Arabia has alleged that Iran is responsible for the attacks on its oil pipeline and tankers earlier this week. With the US increasing economic pressure on Iran through sanctions, the discussions will likely be about whether or not the other OPEC members will have to step in to fill the supply gap from Iran's absence in the market. In international markets, stocks in the US built on gains, causing the three benchmark indices to end higher by between 0.8 and 1%. All three early risers in Asia are positive too. With that, it's over to Darshan Mehta for the trade setup for the day in India. Morning, Darshan. At the end of the week, how are we likely to start?
Hi Alex, good morning everyone. The global cues are rather strong at this point of time, but the SGX Nifty is indicating a flat outlook at this point of time. In terms of earnings today, Bajaj Auto, Dr. Reddy's, IOC and UPL are the nifty companies that will report numbers today. Among the other numbers, it includes an Arvind, Jubilant Life, Sobha, Balkrishna Industries, Dr. Lal PathLabs, as well as PI Industries. In terms of numbers after market hours, Praj Industries reported strong set of numbers. Bajaj Finserv reported stable set of numbers, while weak set of numbers were there from JK Tyres, Action Construction, Newland Lab and Blue Dart Express. In terms of stocks to watch, Punjab National Bank, Alex already spoke about it, but UBS has cut the target price on PNB to 64 from 70 because of the termination of the deal. Other news, Action Construction Equipment Board approves the buyback of 10% equity capital at 125 per share. The buyback is worth almost 34 crores. ICICI Pru Life reduces stake in Cyient from 5% to 2.99%. In terms of block deals, T. Rowe Price bought in 2.4% stake in Blue Star via a block deal. Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund was the seller. L&T acquired 9 lakh shares in Mindtree on May 16th. With this acquisition, L&T now owns 26.4% a stake in the company. In terms of Bajaj Finance, the numbers were reported yesterday, but majority of the brokerages have raised the target price. Credit Suisse at 1930 but maintained an underperform. Deutsche Bank at 2700 and JP Morgan raises the target price to 3500. And finally, Make My Trip says that the first half will be weak due to weakness in overall consumer sentiment in the domestic market and jet issues. So watch out for some of these hotel companies, travel companies. But they believe that growth will recover in the second half as the airlines ramp up operation. But there's much more you need to know before trade actually starts. For that, log on to our website bloombergquint.com and click on the All You Need to Know tab and you will be prepared for morning trade.
Thanks, Darshan. And thank you all, as always, for tuning in. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a great day and an even better weekend ahead.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you can listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma, or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.